Alrighty, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Season 4, Episode 31 of Hit the Books, the podcast all about sports betting, the best bets you should be taking, and everything surrounding sports. This week, we are jumping into the Final Four here of March Madness, officially set here. Lots to look forward to with Houston, Duke, Florida, and Auburn all in the Final Four here this year. The draft just a month away in the NFL, NHL, and NBA, heating up even more each and every week as we quickly approach these playoffs. Um, Power rankings and more from those, as well as a bunch of news out of the MLB, some updates on some players, some teams, some bats, some things like that, and the what is that? Oh, yeah, the NCAA Men's Frozen Four here with my Penn State Nittany Lions heading into there for their first time ever. But enough from me here. Let's introduce my co-hosts here with me here this week, Huff and Mackie. Huff, why don't you start us off this week? What do you got for us?
Yeah, not much going on. Good week in sports. MLB's back. It was a solid start in the MLB season. We already have some controversy, at least with these torpedo bats. Should they ban them? Should they not? I'm all for more offense in baseball, but that's for a later conversation. We'll get to that in a little bit. But baseball's been great to start. College basketball, you could say it's a chalk tournament. We have two great games coming up on Saturday. It's going to be no matter who gets there, it's going to be a great game on for the national championship. So I can't wait for that. But March Madness really came and went before our eyes. We're already coming down to the Final Four weekend.
Absolutely. Lots of good stuff. Excited to hear from you here this week. Mackie, take it away. What do you got for us?
Yeah, it is chalk. The favorites went 12-0 in the rounds of Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. So, but we do get the four best teams left in the tournament, and we did say before the tournament that these four teams are clearly better than everybody else. So, we're gonna get some good basketball this weekend for sure. Other than that, baseball is off to a great start, like Huff said. No complaints there, and less than 10 games left in the NBA and NHL regular season. So those races are heating up as well, so excited to talk about that.
Heck yeah, boys. Lots of good stuff. Like we keep saying, the 2025 Final Four is officially set. And for the first time since 2008, we have all four one seeds in the Final Four representing their respective regions. Florida and Auburn will face off on Saturday at 6:09 p.m. with Houston and Duke to follow at 8:49 p.m. Let's take a look at the spreads here on these matchups for this weekend for the Final Four. One moment. First game there, Florida and Auburn, like I said, Florida the favorite here, 2.5 points total, 159.5. Florida money line at -150. Auburn at +125. Talking about this here on Wednesday, what do you guys think's happening here this weekend for this first matchup?
Yeah, Huff, you might have a different opinion, but I genuinely think the wrong team is favored. Earlier in the season, they've played once this season, Florida won. Two teams like this meet twice in a season. Usually they split 1-1. Obviously, the stakes are a lot higher right now than they were back then. So I guess you could look past that. But I think Auburn has looked stronger. I think Florida has two really fluky performances where, don't get me wrong, incredibly clutch last 3 minutes by them, but Texas Tech 1,000% blew that game. They had two one-on-ones towards the end of the game, missed the front end of both of them. Walter Clayton did what he needed to do. Obviously, the crazy threes, 3 in a row, crazy threes, put them ahead. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Florida deserves to be here, but Auburn has looked sturdy. They've looked great. They had a a rough end to, like, the regular season and the SEC tournament. They weren't looking as strong. Once they hit March Madness, I think that they have looked like they have all season. I think it's gonna be really tough for Florida to beat this team twice.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not my most confident pick. I do like Florida here. I think they're the better team top to bottom. I think they have had some scary moments this tournament. Obviously, it started with UConn in that second round, when they only won by two. Maryland obviously was, a pretty good game until late. They handled them kind of, late in that last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. But Auburn's, like you said, they looked really good. They ended up they let Michigan State come back a little bit in that game. I was kind of hoping Michigan State would have won that one, but we get the Florida Auburn matchup, like you said. Florida did win their matchup in this one earlier on in the season. I just look at obviously kind of maybe the last time Auburn was here, they got there, couldn't get it done to get to the national championship. Florida, I like the coaching narrative. That's just another fun point in this game. With I always forget the Florida coach's name. Is it
Todd
Todd Golden?
Golden.
Todd Golden. Bruce Pearl. I like that going into this game. Not saying that it has anything to do with the actual outcome. I'll probably be on Florida. That's my national championship pick.
But if it wasn't, would you really
No,
be on Florida here?
I truly think I like how they're finding ways to win games. If it's close in the end, I'd say Florida's gonna pull this out.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. I mean, I think Auburn's roster is better than Duke's. I think it's the best roster in the league, to be honest. I don't think Florida matches up well with them. It's just hot hand goes, Walter
This is the
Clayton.
I heard someone say this the first year that we have 4 teams that you're like, you literally can make a case for any of these 4 teams that we have playing this weekend. It's not like the last 2 years where you had UConn against everyone else.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's having 4 1 seeds, though. I don't know. I would be very, very surprised if Auburn lost this game. I am that's all I'm gonna say.
You've gone against Florida every round.
Well, I was right. Texas Tech, I took the spread. They covered. I didn't go against them every round. I did take Maryland. I was wrong on that one. Texas Tech should have won that game. You can't even say they shouldn't have.
I mean, they
UConn should have won that
could say
game.
Texas Tech shouldn't have won the last game.
What'd you say?
You also could say Texas
What
Tech should
goes
have won the
around
last.
comes around 1,000%.
Yeah.
But
So that's
two
like that's like the Lakers. LeBron got the buzzer beater, and then the next night they lost to it to Gideon
yeah,
in the half
yeah,
court.
yeah. I just think, 2 separate scenarios where they kinda
No, yeah.
it's helped them out here. But, that's how teams go on championship runs at the end of the day.
Alrighty, boys. Next game here, also on Saturday. I believe that's Saturday, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Saturday.
Yeah, they're
Houston
both
and
Saturday.
Duke here. Duke, the favorite, 4.5 points for them. Total at 135.5. Duke money line at -250. Houston money line at +200. What do we think about the late game here?
Yeah, I have Houston as a national championship winner, and I am gonna say that I do think Duke wins this game. I think Duke has looked absolutely unstoppable. I don't think they've had a game. Arizona made it close towards the end, but there was no struggle in that game for them. Every other game they've won by 15, 20 plus points. I mean, you have like Proctor playing like he's the second best player in the country right now. So when you have that going for them, it's pretty impossible to beat. One stat I did see, when a team in the Final Four is playing in their home state, they're 7-8 straight up, and this is in San Antonio, obviously Houston's home state. So one thing to look out for, they do kind of have home field advantage, but I can't bet on them. I can't. I'm hoping they win. I have them as a national championship pick, but Duke looks unstoppable.
Yeah, I can't go against Duke here. That's the one spot where I said Florida's my national championship pick. I had them going up against Tennessee. That obviously fucked my bracket, so I really could care less if Florida wins it at all at this point or not. I don't have any futures or anything on them, but at this point, I'd pick Duke to win it all. So I think Duke's gonna pull out of this game over Houston.
I
I don't have
need
much to say. They've been the best team in the tournament, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
there's nothing to say about this team. I need Auburn and Houston to win, and then I need Houston to win for my bracket to win the bracket.
Who do you think would be favored if it was Auburn and Houston? You think Auburn's a favorite there? Like a tight 3-point
I
spread?
just think it's hard to beat Duke and then not be a favorite. Like if Houston did beat Duke,
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be probably a one and a
They'd
half
also
point
spin it
spread.
that Auburn just beat Florida. Like they'd both be beating 1 seeds. They're both 1 seed, so it's like
Yeah,
it
but
would be just another close game like Florida Auburn is.
I think Duke is the clear team to beat right now. I
Yeah,
think they're -135 to win it.
I think they are too.
-110.
Yeah.
I literally that there's value in that.
I would see Auburn at -1.5 for that national championship game if it was
Yeah.
Auburn Houston.
And if it's Florida Duke, it would be Duke minus probably 5.5 again.
4.5, 5.5. It'd be probably around the same as Houston.
No, I think Duke wins it.
Alrighty, boys. Lots to look forward to here for these games in San Antonio for the Final Four this weekend. But let's jump over to the NFL here. We're officially under 30 days away from the start of the 2025 NFL draft. Who do you guys think will be the top 3 to 5 picks based on the current draft positions? Who is it? The Titans getting the first pick, followed by the Browns, the Giants, the Patriots, and the Jags.
I think Cam Ward's like
I
-1,200 to
think
go
he's a
first
consensus
overall,
one.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so
we'll go
too.
with that there.
I don't know. Who's
It gets
second pick?
interesting too because there's 3 players or really 3 players for 2 teams.
Who is the second pick?
Cleveland.
Yes, Cleveland. Sorry.
You gotta think they want a quarterback.
You think they just go Shador?
Why wouldn't they?
They think they're gonna go Abdul Carter. I don't know. I've seen every mock draft I've seen in the past 2 weeks has Abdul Carter to the Browns.
I mean, you have the owner saying they swung and missed on
They
their
fucked up on a
franchise
quarterback. They need to
quarterback.
fix it.
Why would they not take a quarterback?
Exactly. That's what I say. All right, so we'll say Shedeur Sanders. Who do the Giants go? You just signed Jamison Rust. You don't need to force a quarterback here. They could wait till next year on a quarterback. Do you just draft Travis Hunter and then worry about
You
quarterback
just
next
go
year?
with Travis Hunter there?
Yeah, just take a player that you know is gonna at least give you something.
I mean, getting Travis Hunter 3rd overall is a steal.
Yeah, dude. Before, if you would have told me week 5 you were getting him, I mean, I know quarterbacks are ranked differently, but like that's a Heisman winner. What he did, I mean, I understand it was at Colorado, the Big 12, all that. Like, but like Cam Ward was in the ACC, and Shedeur was in the Big 12 with him. Like, none of these are SEC. None of these top players are SEC because even Abdul Carter is Big 10. I guess the Big 10. It's really Big 10 in the SEC
It's
anymore.
Big 10 SEC, yeah. I don't know. I can't. I think if you have Travis Hunter on the board at 3rd.
I think the Patriots are going to get Abdul Carter.
Oh my God, we gotta listen to Ace.
Yeah. Or Will Campbell, whatever route they want to go.
You gotta go Abdul Carter if
There's
he's
no
there.
way Abdul Carter slides to 5 to the Jags.
Yeah, no way.
That's why I think there's a better chance
It's a tough draft. I know it's not the strongest draft, but it's tough. There's a lot
better
of
chance Shedeur Sanders slides out of the top 5 than Abdul Carter slides out of the top 5.
yes.
Because you have a better chance of it
Is it
going Cam
wise?
Ward to the Titans, Abdul Carter to the Browns, Travis Hunter to the Giants, Will Campbell to the Patriots.
I
Or
can't see the Browns not drafting a quarterback though.
I agree, but I keep hearing this Kirk Cousins shit. Like, he doesn't want to go to a team if they're going to draft a quarterback. They're like willing to bring him in. They just got Pickett. I think the Browns and Giants both should just worry about quarterback next year. They're both not a quarterback away. They're like, I now that the Steelers have DK Metcalf, I truly feel like we're a quarterback and a running back away from being at least contenders. We were a playoff team last year with a semi-decent quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like the Browns where there's a million holes. Like, Steelers have holes, don't get me wrong. They're not a division champion, but like they could be a wild card team next year if they get a legit quarterback not named Aaron Rodgers.
Not named Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want Aaron Rodgers, and I just got tickets to that McAfee event next week, and I am waiting for him to walk out on stage there. I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, this is gonna be a dicey draft. Wait, when's the draft again?
What'd you say?
Draft is soon, right?
Draft is like the end of this month. It's always around our birthday.
Yeah, you're right. It's like right around there.
It's usually like the day before the day of your birthday, because my birthday is always like day 3. All right, so back to my point about Shedeur Sanders sliding out of the top 5. Cam Ward 1. If this were to happen, Cam Ward 1, Abdul Carter 2, Travis Hunter 3, Will Campbell 4. That Graham, the defensive lineman from Michigan, to the Jaguars. Genty to the Raiders. Jets. I don't know who they'd go. I forget who it was, but obviously
I'm
saying
like 9.
I'm seeing like Tyler Warren to the Jets, Jalen Walker to the
dude. I'm seeing
Shedeur to the
at
Saints
9
at
to the
9.
Saints.
Shedeur to the Saints at 9. No way. No,
I don't think
way.
it happens either. I'm just giving you a conversation topic.
I want to
Is
see
there
what
any
his
way that
line
happens?
is to like how they have like a pick like over under.
Yeah. Because McMillan is supposed to be the first receiver off the board other than Hunter, because we don't know what Hunter's technically listed as, corner, receiver. McMillan's going to go to the Panthers. That's going to be Bryce Young's new number 1.
Feeling sick.
Yeah, that's going to be Bryce Young's new number 1.
Player futures. Shit.
Try to find odds on that. Because, like, dude, think about it. If he doesn't go to the Giants, none of those
They don't
teams
have
need
shit out
quarterbacks.
like this yet.
Unless the Raiders do it. Raiders just got Geno Smith. Like, do you draft Shedeur Sanders?
I would be highly surprised if Shedeur dropped to 9, dude. He could realistically. I mean, he's not going to because I guess they're all Titans are all on the same board.
I don't think he would get past the Jets, because I think the Jets would take a chance on him, even though they just signed Fields for 2 years.
Yeah, but the only thing about it is like his main options are, I guess, Saints too, but Jets, Cleveland. It's like where players go to die.
Cleveland,
like it sucks.
Giants, Raiders.
I don't see the Giants drafting him.
Saints. He has 5 chances in the top 9.
I don't see the Giants drafting him. Giants just got two quarterbacks on their payroll.
Yeah, I agree.
Why would they have Shedeur come in third? And
I agree, but again, I'm just going off like what all the mock drafts say right now. I think the Giants should go Travis Hunter. I think the Browns should go Shedeur Sanders, even though I don't want Shedeur Sanders in my division because I think he's going to be good.
right, I agree. I think he's going to be good as well.
Dude, the most recent one
So what
from
do you
Yates
realistically
and
think is gonna
Kuiper, they have
happen?
all the Steelers taking Dart.
I think it goes Ward, Shedeur, Travis Hunter, top 3.
Mhm.
Realistically. And
I like that,
then
yeah.
Abdul Carter 4.
To the Patriots, and then probably Will Campbell for the Jags.
Yeah.
I like it.
But I mean that can get dicey. That can get real dicey.
Yeah.
Gonna be an interesting one. We're just 20-ish, 22 days away. I believe it starts on like the 24th or the 25th here of this month. So lots to look forward to as we get into the early rounds of that. One more point here, though, in the NFL, the Aaron Rodgers situation continues as the Steelers owner Art Rooney announced that there is a deal in place, and he feels that DK Metcalf and Rodgers working out together means that Rodgers is close to joining the Steelers, and that it's just a matter of time. How many wins could Rodgers get with the Steelers team looking at their opponents next season? Huff, what do you think about this one here? You did speak
It doesn't
a little
matter who
about
the
it, but
quarterback is. Sorry, Jesse, didn't mean to cut you off there. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It's gonna you're gonna get 8, 9, 10 wins
Like
every single year.
the whole way the meme.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally 9. It's gonna be 9-8 again with Rodgers, make the playoffs. I don't know. I could sell myself like a delusional Jets fan for like 3 weeks, but if they look so bad through the first 3
I mean,
weeks, I'll totally jump ship.
I mean, I don't wanna because the Jets have such a good roster as well, and they still didn't.
Rodgers looked good at the end of the season last year. I'm gonna start
Look at his
positively
numbers.
spin
Look at
zoning
his
it.
numbers from last year. He does not have bad numbers at all.
I know. At the end of last year with Devontae. I wish Devontae was still on the board, but we have Metcalf and Pickens. We don't need. I almost wish we could trade Pickens, and I wish Devontae Adams was still a free agent, but you could not pay DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams
Yeah, no way.
and Aaron Rodgers.
so currently the Steelers are set at 8.5 regular season wins.
I mean,
The under being favored at minus
Vegas
120.
doesn't even Vegas
even try,
Mike
dude. They're just like,
Tomlin,
yeah,
they don't even look
Steelers.
for number. They're just like 8.5 pick. Actually, it's definitely been higher with Ben, AB, and
Don't
Bell.
you wanna like win like 4 games next year? Just like because you're not winning a Super Bowl. You know for a fact there's no chance the Steelers win a Super Bowl next year.
It's so annoying, but like
Or
the
even like
best
go
thing, the
deep.
best thing we could do is like maybe beat the Bills and then get killed by the Chiefs. Maybe
No,
beat the
you're not gonna
Ravens and then
beat
get killed by the
no.
Bills. Like
Your only chance is like
no,
no,
I'm saying
you
that's the ceiling is like possibly upsetting one of those teams. But
but
there's
that's
so many
not.
teams in the AFC that like you're gonna get killed the next week anyway.
I don't even think you could upset one of them, especially
That's
like
what I mean.
going into Kansas City, going into Buffalo, going
Yeah,
into Baltimore. There's no way.
believe me, I want Mason Rudolph. I don't want Rodgers. I'm fine. I have my quarterback. Once Russ left, I'm like, give me Mason. We're gonna suck next year.
All right, as long as you know you're gonna suck, yeah.
I want to.
You're not
It's
gonna suck.
I know it's
You're not
not
gonna
gonna
suck.
happen.
But I don't know. It's kind of like a really tough. It's a tough few years for those Steelers fans. You know, you got your Super Bowl, but
Dude, so it's I forget who it was. I think it was Big Cat. He said people don't understand how annoying it probably is to be a Steeler fan because everyone's like, "Oh, you make the playoffs every year. It must be so nice to make the playoffs every year." It's like, yeah, but you haven't been a contender since like probably 2017 was the last time we were contenders. My freshman year in college was Ben, Bell, and Browns last year when they lost to the Jags in the playoffs in the second round.
that was their last year.
Yeah,
I feel like it was
when
later.
Bortles went on to play Brady in the AFC Championship,
And then Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
and then Foles won the Super Bowl. That was the last year the Steelers were like contenders. I guess the one year that in 2020 they went 11-0, but they lost in the first round of the Browns. That was a joke.
Yeah, they were supposed to be really good.
They lost 5
the last
straight,
7 games.
Yeah, they'll find a way to get 9 wins.
Yeah. Somehow, some way.
So no Rodgers.
With Mason, I'd like 7 or less.
So no Rodgers.
I don't want
getting
Rodgers, but I think I guarantee you next Wednesday, I'm gonna see Aaron Rodgers walk out of PPG Paints Arena. Jesse, you'll be there too. It's gonna be in the new quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Rodgers gonna come out wearing his jersey. The whole place is gonna go dark for his little darkness retreat, and then they're gonna put him in his seat, and he's gonna do an interview. I don't want it. Dude, they want to sign him for 2 years. He's 42.
Yeah, but he's still putting up numbers where like, he's still performing, dude. Like,
Dude,
it's not like he's
He
not
could
putting
walk
up
out
the
on that
numbers.
field and get hurt again.
Yeah, of course he
He's
can,
done
but
it.
so can Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, but like
I
it's way
think
more
the
likely he
odds are
does it at
exponentially
42.
different for
Well,
those two
obviously,
people.
yeah.
1% versus like 95%.
And he did it 2 years ago to this like
Yeah.
in the exact scenario. Went to a different team, got all the hype up, got hurt.
So
I
you
don't
think
want it
he
to happen.
Yeah, but
If
that's
it
playing at
happens
MetLife too. It's on MetLife has the worst turf
I
ever.
was a Rodgers supporter in Green Bay. I didn't love the Jets experiment. If he comes here, obviously I'll support it, but I'm not necessarily rooting for it to happen.
It's a good way
what
to
I'm
put it.
saying. That's
Yeah,
my
we're
statement
gonna
on
get
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
"Let's go Rodgers" text in the chat, but you're not really gonna be that happy about it. It's gonna be more of like a fan
It's
being a
more like
fan.
believe me, if you ask me before the offseason, would you rather DK Metcalf or Aaron Rodgers? You'd only get one. I'm very happy we already have DK Metcalf.
Right, yeah. That's a good point.
That's still crazy to me. That's gonna be like I'm not gonna believe that until I see him in a Steeler jersey, like running around on a field.
Yeah, until they both crash out in the same
That's
game
it.
you
It's gonna
guys
be
are stuck
awesome.
with.
Or they're fighting each other because they're not getting the ball.
Oh my god. And have Mason Rudolph throwing him the football. That's the big
I saw a
problem.
meme. It was like
they're gonna
a
team up on
10-yard
him.
touchdown and a
Well
10-yard touchdown over the middle to Pat Freiermuth, and then it's like the camera turns, it's just two guys beating the shit out of each other, and it's Metcalf and Pickens.
One of them's
That's
gonna
it.
pull an AB and walk off the field.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. If Mason sucks, it's gonna be something.
Oh yeah.
That's why I think the Steelers are like, we have to get a quarterback because
We
like
need Rodgers just to keep them
just to
happy
keep
at
these
least.
guys happy.
them
Yeah,
sane.
you can't have Pickens requesting a trade or Metcalf requesting a trade.
Right.
Like,
You gotta keep them happy.
yeah, they're gonna be like, just sign him. Fuck it. Who cares? We'll draft a quarterback next year anyway. They think we're drafting Jackson Dart.
I like Dart.
I would take Dart. I could spin myself into that too. I could spin myself into a lot of things.
I like Dart. I'm a big Dart guy.
I would much rather Dart than Rodgers, but wasting a first-round pick on a quarterback in a draft that I think there's a major fall-off between 1 and 2 and 3. Like, there's a fine line between 2 and 3 in this draft, I think.
Yeah.
We just did this 2 years ago with Pickett. He was the first quarterback off the board in that draft.
Yeah,
That was a
he went,
terrible
what was he, like 23rd overall first
20th. We picked 21st, so there's, like, a lot of comparisons to that Pickett pick if they take Jackson Dart here. But Dart played in the SEC. Pickett was very good that year, but I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do. If they sign Rodgers, they're definitely not taking Dart. They'll wait till next year to draft a quarterback.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Definitely coming down to it here with the draft, just a month away here, and McAfee show next week, so we'll see what happens. Let's jump over to the NHL here. The St. Louis Blues are one, if not the NHL's hottest team right now, winning 10 straight games, putting themselves in the first wildcard spot in the West. Can this St. Louis team make noise in the playoffs here? What do you guys think?
Yeah, they've been cranking them out, dude. Even last night, they were down 1-0 late. Ended up, what did they win? 2-1 in overtime? I didn't even see.
I think it was, yeah.
Because I saw it was like 1-0 with like 5
2-1 in
minutes
overtime
left.
over Detroit, yeah.
Let's look at their matchup as of right now.
Right now, they'd get Vegas.
Yeah, but they got to be close to that.
Central,
No, they don't
they're
really have
5
a
points
chance.
behind the Avs.
5 points with like 6 games left. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. They're
they would
locked into
get
that wild card one, in my opinion.
Vegas, yeah, and that's basically locked in to get
They'd
Vegas.
be better off sliding to the second one and facing Winnipeg.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I don't see.
I think Vegas is way more intimidating than Winnipeg.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning games. Let's see who they beat in. You win in Colorado.
Dude, 2 weeks ago, remember we said the Blues are they have a cakewalk? This is the schedule they're on. They just
Yeah,
won
you're
10
right.
straight.
You're
We talked
right.
about this 2 weeks ago.
They just won in Colorado, but other than that, they really haven't played much. It's like Nashville
Don't they play
twice.
Colorado again coming up? I remember
Yeah.
saying other than Colorado twice, they don't have much.
They play the Pens tomorrow, and then they play the Avs at home on Saturday. But then they have the Jet. They actually have to go to Winnipeg, to Edmonton.
There was those 3 at the end of the season that were pretty
Yeah.
tough, but they had that stretch that they just went through that obviously they 10-0.
But I mean, they're all but locked into a playoff spot at this point.
Yeah. Flames are 82
Yeah,
points.
two games in hand, but Flames aren't really winning like that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I think they have a tough matchup regardless. I think if they get Winnipeg, they could definitely pull something out, especially because it's division rival. And Winnipeg likes to
And
do
it's
what they do.
Winnipeg. Yeah, but if
Yeah.
they get Vegas, I'd be worried.
But I mean, they're winning games, man.
They could, I don't know, dude. Bennington, obviously, he can win games. I'd be scared of the Blues.
Yeah, we could see an upset for sure. I don't watch a lot of Blues games. I don't know a lot about them.
Yeah,
So I just see
I don't
people
either,
play.
but I just know that I've been seeing this streak that they're on fire.
Right.
Alrighty, let's jump into these power rankings here for the NHL. Coming in at number 5, we have the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 4, the Vegas Golden Knights. Number 3, the Washington Capitals. Number 2, the Dallas Stars. And number 1, the Winnipeg Jets. Any comment on this?
That Ryan Leonard made his debut last night. You see that the student section of his team. Where did he play? BC.
Yeah.
So that's why he's playing, because they're out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So are there kids like it's a dumb question. There's kids on Penn State, BU that are gonna like be in the NHL in like 2 weeks when this tournament's over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gabe
Is there
Perreault
anyone like who's the big name that's coming up that hasn't come up yet?
BU probably like Yzerman.
Who's Penn State's best player? Why are they so
I
good?
don't. Penn State doesn't have. It's probably just a lot of guys that just play really well together.
They're just like a
I
true
don't
hawk.
really. I don't know if Dowd's still there. Hold on, I
Where?
can look up the
Penn State
roster
or
right now.
Boston?
What'd you say?
Penn State or Boston?
Penn State. I'm looking up the roster right now.
The ESPN app like doesn't let you click on these games. It's so annoying. It just like
Si-
shows you the score. It doesn't even let you click on them.
Yeah, Jimmy Dowd's still there. I'm sure he'll be up. I'm not sure who has his rights. I forget. Simon Mack, I know, is pretty good.
I guess it's also really only playoff teams are bringing guys up. Is it?
Not really, no, because they like to get these guys up there and get some
Get them
experience.
some. Yeah, true.
Tyler Paquette, he should probably be up. But yeah, then on like BU, you have like Cole Hudson, you have Yzerman, you have Insuber.
Where's Hudson? I just saw him. Is he Capitals too?
I don't know. I don't know
I think
where he
he's
is.
Capitals too.
I'm not sure, but BU's
He was at
loaded.
that. He was at that Bruins Capitals game for Ryan Leonard's debut.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he's a
Yeah, the
Capitals.
game was in
prospect.
Boston too, so it's perfect for Ryan Leonard.
He's a Capitals prospect. Hudson is the younger brother, because this is his older brother on the Canadians, like lighting it up.
Yeah, he's got like 55 assists. It's crazy.
Damn.
Denver has some guys too. Zeev Boyum, he's a dog, dude. He played in that World Juniors tournament. Jack Devine's a dog as well. You know those West Coast teams have all the West Coast guys. I don't know them as well.
Yeah, these games are tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna watch these. They're on ESPN
Oh,
too,
yeah.
so I'll actually be able to watch them.
You got a 5:00 game too, and then 8:30. This
Yeah.
is how you space it out: 5:00 and 8:30.
Yeah. Not fucking 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Well, where is this?
St. Louis.
We might as well, Jesse. You might as well just pull that note up now. We might as well just go to that. We're already talking about it.
Alrighty. The NCAA Men's Frozen Four is this week with the semifinals on Thursday, finals on Saturday. Semifinals will feature Penn State taking on Boston University and Denver taking on Western Michigan. Mac, any insight on these teams heading into the Frozen Four?
No, Denver is trying to repeat. Denver won it last year. They beat BC in the championship game, I want to say. That team's pretty sick. Like I said, Zeev Boyum's a dog. Jack Devine, unbelievable at hockey. I'm checking to see right now if Denver has played Western Michigan yet this season, because I think that does come into play whenever teams have seen each other.
So what is like North Dakota still sick? I don't remember seeing them in the tournament.
They're not like that anymore. No, once like that group with like Shane left and
Pajula and all those guys.
Jake Sanderson, like that team was filthy. But
what about like Notre Dame? I didn't see them in the tournament.
I don't think they're like that this year. Ohio State was good this year. Maine was really good. They just lost in the first round of the tournament.
Who's like the worst team in college hockey in D1?
I think like Miami, Ohio.
Oh, really?
They're definitely down there. Like Army too. Actually, Army's been good this year.
Is RMU decent?
Hold on, I could tell you the actual worst team. Mercyhurst is the worst team. Miami's second
I forgot
worst.
Mercyhurst too. Yeah.
Yeah, like, Robert Morris is like sixth to last.
What about like Arizona State?
No, they're good. They're up there. Arizona State was
Didn't Penn
16th.
State beat who was it? UConn.
Yeah,
UConn had sick jerseys. Those are
yeah.
sweet.
UConn's filthy this year. They were 6th. Michigan State lost in the first round as well. They had Augustin in net. He's so good. They just couldn't pull through for him. I don't think Western Michigan has played Denver this year, which is yeah, they have. Western Michigan.
Who's the younger brother that on Maine? Whose older brother's in the NHL?
I don't know him
McCarr?
very well.
Is it Cale McCarr's younger brother?
Is that he went to Maine?
I think he's at Maine.
That
Well,
sounds
not
right.
anymore. He's
And his rights are tender by the Avs. He's going to the
yeah,
Avs.
but he's on the Avs AHL team now.
Yeah.
Western Michigan beat Denver about 10 days ago, 4-3 in double overtime.
So Denver's going to kill him.
I think Denver has a lot of
A lot to play
get back
for
they
here.
need. They also played about at the beginning of December, and they split 3-2 and 3-2. They both won.
If you're in that spot in double overtime and like there's a chance you see that team again in this spot, you're just like, all right, fuck it, maybe we let them win this one.
Dude,
'cause
this game is gonna be filthy. This game is gonna be so sick.
Denver, Western Michigan.
Denver, Western Michigan. There's so much built up there. Same conference and everything. I'm gonna
I'll
check
definitely be
BU.
watching that.
I'm gonna check BU Penn State.
Who's like the favorites in those?
I'm assuming BU is and probably Western Michigan, but I mean that's gotta be like a -115 line. Can you check?
I don't have it. It doesn't
I'm
have it
trying.
listed for me.
I could check if Jesse doesn't
Penn
find it
State,
first.
Boston University -1.5, money line -160, Penn
Yeah.
State +130.
Western Michigan.
One moment.
I got it.
You got it.
Never mind. I get the games, it just doesn't tell me the actual
Yeah, it
line.
doesn't tell you the odds. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Denver
-115.
-1.5. Denver -135 money line. Western Michigan +105.
-135. Denver is winning that game.
I was gonna say with a rematch and they're favored, I would say Denver wins that game.
I like the juice on Penn State.
Yeah.
I think BU's been a little shaky.
I think those are gonna be really fun to watch.
I've bet Penn State in the semifinal already this year, and they burned me. I might do it again, see if they can make up for it. But that could be if they play BU. You think they could beat them? Weren't they like the best team, or is Ace just brag them up because he?
BU?
Yeah.
No, they were like top 10, but they weren't the best. BU's not as good as they've been in the past. They don't have
So if Penn State wins, would it be almost like a Cinderella run? Wins it?
wins the whole thing.
I've never been there.
I mean, it's hard
Doesn't
for a
happen
team
a
to
lot
go.
because there's not that many teams, and I feel like the same 5 teams win it in NCAA hockey.
Yeah, it's usually a West Coast team like St. Cloud or Denver or teams like
BU,
that.
BC.
BU and BC, dude, BC's had the best team in the country for
Wasn't
3 years straight.
Didn't Minnesota and North Dakota have that stretch where they were kind of nasty?
North Dakota, I don't think ever won it though. Minnesota Duluth might have won it. Jesse, you got the history?
Say it again. What are you
It's be a
looking for
good time to have
exactly?
Ace here. He knows all this shit, I bet.
Like the last winners? What were you saying?
Yeah.
I was saying I feel like the same 5 schools always win it.
I have it right here.
I had it up a minute ago and I got rid of it.
Denver won it last year. UMass the year before.
Quinnipiac was
Wait, mine's starting in 2022 actually.
Quinnipiac was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Denver. Mine says 2024. Denver.
Yeah,
Quinnipiac
Denver won it last
2023,
year.
Denver 2022. Massachusetts 2021. 2020 canceled. 2019 Minnesota.
Yeah.
2018 Minnesota.
That was the loose run right there. 2019, 2018, and went back to back.
Yeah, Denver again 2017.
See,
Yeah,
besides UMass in
Denver wins
2020,
one like every 5 years, right? That's what I thought.
but besides UMass, wait, who won in 2023, Jesse?
Quinnipiac.
Oh, you're right. They fucking did.
They
Besides-
upset who'd they play?
Minnesota.
That's
But
who it was.
besides the 2022, 2023, every year, like 2022 Denver, 2019 Minnesota Duluth, 2018 Minnesota Duluth, 2017 Denver, 2016 North Dakota, like it's all Midwest, West Coast teams.
Yeah.
It's all those guys that probably a lot of Canadians too. Yeah, I forgot Quinnipiac won that.
Yeah, Huff, we missed out not going when I was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in 2021.
Yeah.
I used to go to that when they used to do the 4 games over Christmas
Oh, yeah.
at the Penguins Arena.
I forgot about
2
that. That
games over
sounds cool.
Christmas. It was like a little invitational thing. They used to do that over Christmas, so
Yeah.
I used to go to that. It was
That was
always RMU or Mercyhurst and then Penn State. And
Pitt.
then they'd invite, like, 2 teams from out of town.
Oh, okay.
So it was, like,
Interesting.
2 Pittsburgh-based teams, but it was never RMU and Mercyhurst because they always wanted Penn State because Penn State would sell tickets.
Right, nobody wants to watch RMU
No one wants to
and
watch
Mercy.
Mercyhurst and RMU in 2 games.
They're like, all right, we'll watch one of them, but if
But
they're
it's
gonna
like
be in
it's like
both,
March Madness. They're like, "All right, you can watch Florida against Norfolk State if you wanna watch UConn, Oklahoma."
yeah, 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 exactly.
Alrighty, lots of good stuff there out of the NHL and college hockey. But let's move over to the NBA here with the playoffs also approaching here. First off, NBA legend Carmelo Anthony has been elected to the NBA Hall of Fame class of 2025. Melo's 10th all-time in the NBA in scoring, is a 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, and Olympic gold medalist. Mackie, where does Melo rank among your favorite Knicks in your lifetime?
Has to
Yeah,
be
good
one.
question. I mean, I'm not a diehard Knicks fan. It was cool when he came home because it was like a coming home story. Um, Absolute bucket getter. He deserves the Hall of Fame. I just wasn't really like big on the Knicks back then. So I mean, I guess you could put him behind like Brunson.
Ugh, I knew you were gonna say that.
What? You can't put him.
I
I'm
love
not,
Melo,
I
dude.
don't. I
I hate
didn't watch
to
the
say it.
Knicks
He's a
back then,
legend.
dude. I didn't watch them
He
enough.
ruined his legacy, do what he did at the end of his career, the little bounce around to Portland, OKC, wherever the hell he went. But the years that he went from Denver to the Knicks, that was like, I mean, if you said you weren't huge into it, I understand, but he was like one of, if not my favorite player. I loved watching him. He was when the Knicks had the all orange jerseys, the ugliest uniform in the NBA, and he was putting up like 55 a game.
Yeah, the Knicks. I remember the Christmas Day game. I think it was against the Bulls.
Steve Novak, J.R. Smith,
Amari
Shumpert. I
Stoudemire.
loved that Knicks team.
Amari Stoudemire, and then he punched the, fire extinguisher or something, and broke his hand. Yeah, that was, I wasn't huge into the Knicks back then. Obviously, like, I watched them here and there, but I just, like,
Yeah, I
didn't love
love that. I
basketball.
love those Knicks teams in like 2013.
Good for him, though, he deserves it.
Or earlier,
Just a straight bucket getter.
2010. I guess that would have been. Damn, 15 years ago.
Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic scored a 60-point triple-double on Tuesday's loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Is Jokic your pick for the MVP? If not, what are you guys thinking? I can read off the odds here if you need.
Yeah,
What are the odds?
it's
How favored is Shy still?
Ooh, where'd they go?
He still has to be favored because
dude,
I mean
J
I'm
Jokic
on the
is
Jokic for
MVP,
MVP
dude.
campaign now. Like the what he's doing is crazy. It's compared to his MVP season last year. I love SGA too. I assume you're gonna be on Jokic, Mackie.
There's
Yeah.
2 entries on MGM for this. NBA regular season MVP. Shy at minus 2,500. Jokic at plus 1,000. That's it. It's the end of the list.
That's mind-boggling. Jokic is top 3 in every single category in the NBA. Every
Wow.
single category, he's top 3. And what does Shy do? Get to the free throw line and
It's truly just the case of we've seen it in sports how many times with LeBron and all these guys in all these leagues where they just want to see new guys win it.
dude, Shy's good, don't get me wrong.
I
He like,
agree. I agree. He has a once they naming him that, I won't make the case that like he shouldn't have won it, but
well, he
like
shouldn't win it. No, he 1,000% shouldn't win it. He
he's having a good
he's
season. I'm
having
not gonna
an
say that, but
MVP
like I think
season.
Jokic is doing. I think what Jokic is doing is untouchable.
He's having an MVP season in a season where he shouldn't win it. Like the what Jokic does is
No,
just
yeah, I
like,
know what you
come
mean.
on, dude. Like you can't even compare. I don't know. I'm not gonna get going, but Jokic is MVP. It's just like LeBron, dude, from like 2008
Can the Mets
to like
fucking score?
2012. No, the Mets can't score. When you said that, I was like, oh, dude, I didn't want to give you bad luck, but
Alrighty, let's keep it moving here in the NBA with our power rankings. Coming in number 5, we got the Los Angeles Lakers. Number 4, the Houston Rockets. Number 3, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 2, the Boston Celtics. Number 1, the Oklahoma City Thunder. What are you guys thinking here for the power rankings for the NBA before we get into the playoffs in a couple weeks?
Yeah, Knicks could be there in the 5, but I guess I'll let you guys slide in those Lakers.
Rockets are still good. Same thing about the other top 5. Not much to say. This list hasn't changed much. It's really just
Top
that 5 spot
top 4 is
rotates
top
in and out.
4.
Huh?
Top 4 is top 4.
Yeah.
5th spot could have been Nuggets, could have been
The
Lakers,
2
could
in
have
the
been
East and the
Warriors,
2
could
in
have
the
been
West are
Knicks.
solidified on top.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff here. Let's get into the MLB here as the season is ramping up. Opening day just last week. Pirates home opener here this Friday. So lots to look forward to here. But we got some news on the Mackies Yankees and Aces Red Sox. We'll start out here with the Yankees. The New York Yankees continuing their historic run to the year as they broke multiple records through their prolific home run hitting. The mark broke the MLB record for the most homers a team has hit through the opening 4 games of a season, breaking the previous record of 16 set by the 2006 Detroit Tigers. What are you guys' thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the Torpedo bats and all that?
It's
What are you
kinda
thinking?
cool. I mean, it kinda, like, changed the game, if you wanna say that. I mean, a lot of players are using it now across the league. I think it's cool. The Yankees, they're definitely taking advantage of it. They had 15 home runs in their first 3 games. Took a tough loss yesterday, but, I don't know, Huff, what do you think?
Um, I think it's good. Everything in the past 5 years, other than the pitch clock, has been all about, you know, defense. They wanna increase action, but they're, other than the pitch clock, like I said, I feel like everything's for pitching. The other side of it is it's obviously like I don't see the issue with any team could be able to use it. I think they should, but I also like the side of it where like guys like Judge are like, I hit how many home runs last year? They're like, you think I'm changing my bat?
Right, yeah, like, he doesn't need to switch anything up. God forbid it doesn't help him.
Yeah, like that's the scary thing is like I'd like to see him try it. Like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you at least try it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you
Yeah,
imagine
think of it like
Ohtani using this thing?
Ohtani's not using it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine him using that?
Yeah, but
Or
you
like
never know,
Schwarber,
like
like the guys that don't need that extra pop. Like
I feel like it's more like contact hitters that need it, because the
it's not.
contact
That's what I'm
hitters
saying.
hit it in the same
You
spot
gave it to
every
a guy that
time.
doesn't need it, like that
Right.
extra pop. Schwarber, Ohtani, even like Trout, he hit a home run today. He can still fucking hit it. Like any of those big guys, like dude, they'd be going out of the stadium.
Yeah, definitely.
But like you said, it's the guys like Chisholm.
Jazz Chisholm is taking advantage of it, dude.
Yeah, he's hitting like he's Aaron Judge.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
but
mean, I don't know exactly what his numbers are, but you know what I mean.
those are the players that it benefits the most, like, players
I
like
agree.
that. It's cool, though. I'm not, like, against it. I'm a fan of it.
I mean, I put it
I say
right on the
use it.
same dang level as they make new hockey sticks every year, and NHL players use a new hockey stick. You know, the new technology, whatever it might be. You know, it's not like it's.
They said it's still in the regulations. Like I
I
don't
was
know the
gonna say
fucking
it's not like they're
baseball
putting
rule
a
book, but
freaking a thing that kicks the bat or does
It's just
does
shifting the
anything.
weight.
Yeah, it's just made differently. Still a piece of wood, you know.
yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know why no one's tried a different bat. I
Right.
mean, baseball's what 195,000 years old.
And if they have, why haven't we heard about it? Like, oh, they like this, we've heard, other variations of bats. I don't know. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like I've never heard of anything like that. But interesting stuff. I like it.
Speaking of bats, I've always wanted to see them do a home run derby with metal bats.
Dude, it'd be so you can't put kids in the outfield. The ball would
No,
be coming off
I know,
175
dude.
miles per hour.
They'd like ruin the scoreboards and stuff.
You can't even put people in the outfield, I mean,
Give Aaron Judge an Easton Stealth from like 2010. Just let
dude,
him rip.
the exit velo would be ridiculous. Oh my god, the most so
Well, let's talk about someone here that needs those torpedo bats. Boston Red Sox designated hitter Rafael Devers has had a rough start to the season at the plate. Starting the season 0-19, 0 batting average, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts. Can Devers turn the production around for a Red Sox team that has high hopes for this season? Ace not here to make his claim, but what do you guys think?
I have him in fantasy. I moved him to the bench. I gave him a stern talk that he will not be back in my starting lineup until we see better production. Um, Red Sox haven't looked good though, but Mackey let Ace hear it today. They haven't looked good after these high expectations coming into the season. They get Crochet going tonight, but I mean they played Texas. Now they're playing Baltimore. Baltimore handled them yesterday or the day before. Maybe it was. I don't know about last night. Did they play last night?
No, they didn't.
I was gonna say the first game one, Baltimore won, but Crochet going tonight. I think the Red Sox get theirs back in game 2.
Yeah, I do like the Red Sox tonight. In terms of Devers, yeah, I think he can get that 0 batting average up a little at least. I think might take him a few more games, but yeah, Devers is a good player. He's gonna figure it out. He's in his
I'd
slump
bet
right
low on
now.
him. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't just give up on him just yet. But
No.
this Red Sox team, besides him, it hasn't looked very good. They have a lot of high expectations this year. Definitely can't say they're ahead of schedule this year, but you could. It's a long season, 162 games. Not gonna exaggerate just yet, but yeah, definitely like gonna raise a few eyebrows for sure.
I wanted to ask you this whenever Ace was here because I want to ask him the same thing. Who do you think has more wins at the end of the year, Mets or Red Sox?
Yeah, we have the bet. We have the $50 bet going.
Did you?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I'm taking the Mets for sure.
Yeah, I would like your case too, especially with how bad the Braves look to start too.
Yeah, that too. It's great for the division. I think the Mets will pull it together. They got off to a rough start last year too. I'm not
I mean,
worried
he's a
worried about
gauntlet
them.
of division. Orioles and the Yankees.
I mean, Mets have a gauntlet of a division too.
Yeah, I mean Braves, Phillies, but like
I guess the AL East doesn't have any Marlins Nationals though.
no.
Mackie, what's
We
the
it's
bet exactly? Is it straight up who has
I
more
think it's
wins?
just whoever has more wins. Yeah,
Okay.
last year me and him did it with Pirates and Red Sox,
Right.
and it was just who had more wins.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the only way you can do it. I'm not giving him a line. I'm not giving him games.
No, I didn't know if it was like
Who
making
went further in the
playoffs or whatever or
playoffs?
something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not giving him games.
No, yeah, I agree. No, not nothing. Don't need to make it more complicated than it already is.
No, I know what you're saying though.
Mackey
Like
has the
whoever made it
Mets
further in the
season win
playoffs.
total -6.5 over
Yeah,
the Red
yeah.
Sox.
Like that.
All right, let's keep moving here through the MLB. The San Diego Padres and outfielder Jackson Merrill have agreed to terms on a 9-year, $135 million contract extension that can be worth up to $204 million, includes an option for the 10th season. Padres have started the season as one of the league's hottest teams. Can they keep up with guys like Merrill?
They're good, dude. They're winning what again today?
We knew
4-1.
they were good though. Like we knew
Yeah.
if they're being overlooked because again, you're playing for second place. Like I guess the Padres is
Repeat
a
is
one
a wild
team.
card spot, like I said.
Yeah, they're an automatic wild card team. Like it's not even fair.
So there's 2 wild card spots left for the NL. Padres have one locked up, and the Dodgers won their division.
Yeah, but I mean like you gotta assume at least 2 teams make it out of the NL East as well.
Yeah.
You gotta assume no teams make it out of the NL Central.
No, it's gonna be the division winner, and that's it.
Right.
It's gonna be the Cubs or the Brewers.
So it's gonna be realistically
Brewers or Cubs, one of them will be in that picture.
it's gonna be
There's the in the hunt picture, start of September. The Cubs or Brewers will be there, whoever's not in the division lead.
dude, the Braves look like shit.
Yeah.
There was a stat last year, if because Mets started 0-5. There was a stat that like no team has like made the playoffs starting 0-5, or like 2 teams in history have done it.
Why did you
Yeah.
guys miss playoffs last year?
No, we made it, but like it was like insane that we made it. Dude, we were in the NLCS. Come on, what are you lacking for?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
But
where
I'm
I was
saying
like,
it was like an insane stat that we made it because like
'cause
we
I
were
was
like
gonna say it didn't line up with the stat you just
we were
said.
like one of 5 teams to make it. But I'm saying the Braves have started 0-6. Like they have imagine to do
Braves
that back to back years. Like
Braves are so good. They just obviously they're dealing with the Dodgers right now. Anyone that runs into the
Dodgers
Dodgers, it's
Padres
like
back to back is just like a terrible start to the season.
and on the road.
Yeah. But I don't know. They definitely don't look very good. You'd think they'd get at least a game.
They'll figure it out. They're so good. Their
Not
batting
worried.
average looks terrible. If you look at their starting lineup, just top to bottom, I saw the screenshot of the Jumbotron or whatever you call it last night, that game. It's just like 188, 112,
Is it that bad?
0.98. Dude, it's so bad. They have like one guy batting 220.
They'll get Acuna back too soon. Like even their lineup right now, Albies,
Olsen,
Azuna,
Austin
Riley,
Riley. They'll
Olsen,
figure it out, dude.
Brian De La Cruz. Like they have a lineup.
Yeah, I forgot they got Brian De La Cruz off the Pirates. That was the Pirates' big splash play last trade deadline.
Yeah, should be interesting though. Padres are good.
Alrighty, we got one more point here in the MLB. The Boston Red Sox and now what's SP? Starting
Starting
pitcher?
pitcher.
Okay, that's what I thought. Fuck, I hate myself. The Boston Red Sox and starting pitcher Garrett Crochet have agreed to terms on a 6-year, $170 million contract extension. Are you guys liking what the Red Sox are building? Huff, you briefly brought up Crochet, but what are you thinking else with this
Yeah, I
contract?
mean, I've said it in weeks past. I think he's going to be one of your AL Cy Young candidates. I don't want to gas Ace too much. I think obviously we've seen the Red Sox their start so far, but I think Devers will turn it around. I think they do have a bright future, but I was a big Crochet fan on the White Sox. There was rumor last year that the Pirates were going to trade for him. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but I got my hopes up and it didn't. Now he's a Red Sox. He's in a big market, so he's one guy I'll still root for. So good for him. 6 years, 170 million, getting the bag. White Sox would have never paid that. Pirates would have never paid that, so he wouldn't have been here anyway. So yeah, I think they have a good rotation. They have those young players coming up that Ace loves to tell us their 3 names every other day, but, yeah, I think, I like Crochet. I don't have much to say about this. I kinda wanted him, but I knew I wasn't gonna get him.
Yeah, he better live up to it. He has 33 career starts. 33, and just made $170 million. I think, they gotta spend their money. They're buying into a guy that had proved it last year.
Proved it on the worst team in, like, the
Yeah,
past 20
yeah.
years.
I mean, dude, his numbers really weren't that good last year. He had a 3.58 ERA. His WHIP was 1.07 though, which is incredible. Um, I like him. I think he's good. I don't know about MVP status or Cy Young status, but I think, if you have the money for a guy like that, he's on your
Just kinda
roster,
like
you give him money.
new name kinda idea. I think if it's him and Scooble at the end, I think they'll be like, "Fuck it. You went to the Red Sox. We love giving it to the big market Red Sox. Here you
Yeah.
go."
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it could be good for them, though. It could crash and burn, but could be good for them. Devers is up. Let's see what happens.
Well, the Red Sox are on right now.
Yeah, it just started. Devers got out. Pop up. Yeah, it's never a good thing when he's popping up too.
Yep.
Mets are in trouble in the bottom of the 7th. 3-1.
I know. I need to get out of this.
They didn't get out of it.
I'm not looking good. They didn't get out of it.
No.
What did he do? Hit a home run?
I think it's just a single.
So it's 3-1?
Yeah.
Alright, that's not terrible.
Alrighty, one more thing here in the MLB. Our power rankings coming in at number 5, the Texas Rangers. Number 4, the Philadelphia Phillies. Number 3, the San Diego Padres. Number 2, the New York Yankees. Number 1, the Los Angeles Dodgers here. Super early in the season, but what do you guys think about the power rankings for this week?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can even say 1, 2, 3, 4 is
I think you'll see those 4 teams very, very
very,
often all year
very
long.
often. Yes, you'll see him. You'll see him fluctuate definitely a little. I think you'll see 1 and 2 in there maybe the entire season. But
Dude, Vientos sucks.
terrible start to the season. I mean, Lindor is just as bad right now.
You overthrew the catcher, that's how they got the second run. Then he just overthrew first base, and that's how they got the third run.
Yeah, very bad start to the season. But yeah, not much to say about these rankings. So early in the season, it can go any which way.
Alrighty, boys. I think that's going to just about do it. That's all we got here for this week. Anything else to add before we get out of here?
No, I think it's gonna do it. This weekend, Final Four. Stay tuned to our social media. We'll get some picks out. Obviously MLB. We've been rolling in that. We have some plays out right now. Other than that, NHL, NBA playoffs coming up. But get a live stream out this weekend. Stay tuned for that. And thanks for listening. Give us a like, follow, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys this weekend.